the head count and full-time equivalent faculty numbers. So the college would be projected to grow to almost 10,000 students by the year 2022. Lots of numbers here. What this is a summary organized by what's called top code of the current program of instruction for the college. That was our baseline. That's where we started. And it shows a lot of data about the program of instruction. In our plan, and we write our plans for lay people, you should be able to read our plan and understand all these different terms and numbers. I'm not going to go over them all right now, but we applied the growth rate to the program of instruction and forecast what the program of instruction might look like by the year 2022. Now, people ask, can you do that with great accuracy? Can you be certain that this is what it's going to look like? And the answer is no, but we can come really, really close. And historically, we found we can come very close to determining what kind of space you're going to need by that point in time. There'll likely be programs that we don't even know about right now by the year 2022. With a good deal of accuracy, we can tell you how much lab space, how much lecture space, how much office space will you need by that point in time. The state of California's Chancellor's Office breaks down space into these categories: classroom, lab, office, library, all these different categories. And what we've done is we've taken the current inventory of the college, which was very recently updated. We did that for the college, looked in every single room, measured them, and coded them. Then, using Title V of the Education Code and various experience from other colleges, determine by the year 2022, how much space is the college going to need in each of these categories? And then we come up with a net need. How much do you either need to add, or how much of a surplus do you have according to these guidelines? And the bottom line is there's a small need for space, not a lot, for College of Alameda, about 19,000 square feet of additional net space. And if you look at the categories, they vary a lot. In classroom space, we show a small need for additional space, additional classroom space at the college. While in laboratory, we show that the college actually has more space than it will need by the year 2022. Now, we hear faculty, there isn't enough lab space, there isn't enough classroom space. And this is for a couple of reasons. Your space is not necessarily good space. It's not necessarily configured in the best way to deliver the program of instruction. For example, if you have a classroom with 50 seats in it, and there are 30 students in a class in that room, it's not the best use of that classroom. We should have classrooms that accommodate various sizes of classes. And the same thing with lab space. Now let me just say, lab space also includes CTE, career technical education. So it includes those very large spaces for HVAC, welding, large automotive, programs like that. So the goal in the future is to make sure that the space is good space. And then the second contribution to this overage situation comes down to scheduling. And it means using the space as many hours as possible over the school's week. The Chancellor's Office wants us to use spaces for 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 5 days a week. That isn't always possible. The College of Alameda actually has a pretty good usage of space throughout the day compared to a lot of colleges. There are afternoon, the parking lot is often full in the afternoon, unlike many colleges that we've been to. We have many recommendations in the plan. I'm going to go over them very, very briefly. We're encouraging the college to look at partnerships, partnering public partnerships and public-private to achieve some of the goals of the college. College of Alameda is certainly the center for career technical programs, and we encourage the college to continue to highlight the strengths as well as gen ed and transfer. The 860 building provides some opportunities for the college as well to be used for various things, perhaps swing space and perhaps for some other programs. And those will be, I think, discussed a little bit by WLC. Also, Weekend College, I know, has been in the past a feature at College of Alameda, and budget permitting, it's something that really serves the community well, we feel. But we understand there are going to be some very, very difficult constraints in the next couple of years. Again, here, I'd say our #1 recommendation to everyone: use the plan. You know, it's a document that can inform and really guide the college in future facilities planning and programs. And we really encourage you to visit that plan regularly. And like Leo said, it is a living document, and it will not look exactly the same in 5 years as it does now, but it will provide a guide for you to go in the right direction. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Leo. Oh, yes,
yeah,
sir.
Just a quick question. Did you develop any kind of a matrix on the spaces and kind of grading them out in terms of quality of the space, like an A, B, or C, so that we can see the percentages that fall in each of those categories?
Yeah, I'm going to let WLC. They definitely did that.
Right.
And I think we were already talking about that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Actually, we did that. I think that's one of our first slides we get into as we started this process here. The process that we went through as part and parcel of this project is, these are the 3 primary phases we've gone through. First one was assessment, and that's where the discussion you just asked about, is that we actually, our team, including mechanical engineers, structural, civil, landscape, all those components, went through and walked every space on the campus, evaluated systems, infrastructure, did evaluation of exterior courtyards, landscaping, all those kinds of things. And as part of that, we have an assessment document that the college has here that basically talks about the physical condition of all of the spaces. It doesn't talk about some of the qualitative condition of the spaces, but it does talk about the physical condition of the spaces and the quality of the space physically. We then analyze those spaces, and this is where we put in some of that qualitative work relative to the educational data that came in, and say, you know, based on that, what is the real condition of some of these spaces that exist? And that was the second document that we provided. And then from that, we then developed a facilities master plan, which incorporates the physical assessment, so the qualitative analysis, and all the information from the educational master plan, the information we're getting from Moss companies. Put all those components together to end up with a final master plan that we produce. As part of that process, this is some of the things that came out of the initial town hall that we did here. So we did initial town hall here, and we talked about, we presented some of the plans and talked about what do people want to see here. These are some of the primary components that came up as part of that discussion from the students, faculty, and staff that were all here at that meeting. And they talked about some of the same things that we were concerned about, the identity of the campus, looking for bus drop-off. Everyone seemed unanimous about the desire to replace buildings C and D, which was a little surprising. I thought some people might have some sort of a connection to the building. Evidently not. So the modernization of this facility, the feeling was that the campus as a whole looked too institutional. You know, that it just didn't have a very collegiate feel to it overall, and they want to enhance they say basically everyone wanted to improve the looks and feel of the campus as a whole, both with the buildings and with the landscape and all the elements around the campus. It was sort of the essence of all of this discussion, as well as the circulation paths and how when you come to campus, you know, how do you know where you are, how do you understand where you're going, and all those kinds of things, both for new people coming to campus and for people who already know the campus. It's still a confusing place. There seems to be no, as the term is, there's no there, sort of, it's kind of the feeling that people have about the campus as a whole. This is just the existing campus layout. The light green are all of your existing buildings currently. Your parking lots all around. You know, your fields are over here. Of course, you're heading